How do you do, Exiles? 3.22 is upon us. I know the patch notes were a little mid at best, but there's still a lot of good stuff to look forward to. And I guess to, think about the glass as being half full, all of our League Starter builds are safe. So this is really exciting for us. I don't really have to change too much, and I can give you guys fully proven POBs. It's really exciting. I, for one, still very excited to go in and kill everything that I see and get all the currency that I want. And I hope you guys are too. By the way, we're on the road to 1,000 subs. So if you like this type of content, if you end up watching the video and you end up using one of my builds, please, if you feel so inclined, leave a like and subscribe. And share this video with your friends, and if they're looking for a specific build, or even just a new player that that wants to come join, show them the video. These are great builds made by me, tested by me, proven by me. And there's probably 3 of my most favorite. So with that said, let's get into it. All right, our first build is my Elementalist Crackling Lance build. It's actually a minion build. So we end up using probably about like 8 golems. 8 golems, dual curse, lots of life regen, lots of tankiness, and righteous fire. Of course, you have to have righteous fire when you have a ton of golems. This is absolutely going to be your bosser. And if you would like, when you're doing mappings, feel free to swap out arc and intensity for a different skill and a different support. And you'll have honestly, a pretty incredible Legion farmer and just general mapper. I personally like Crackling Lance. I use it for bossing. I'm probably going to end up making it again this league. And I think it's going to end up doing quite well. It literally just chunks Maven. It's about 42 million DPS. I think the original POB was 40 million. I got it to about 42 at the end of the day when it was all said and done. There is a very medium-sized con about this build. I would say that there's 2 cons about this build. I mean, its biggest pro is that it's a bosser, and it does that exceptionally well. But as far as the downsides go, there's 2 main downsides. One being that it's not super efficient at mapping. It just isn't. It's Crackling Lance at the end of the day. And the next con, which is a lot more reasonable with Crackling Lance because you can be so far away. Because we scale golems for our defense, we tend to not be able to really scale those golems until late game. So it can be a little difficult defense-wise while you're mapping until you get to that threshold of golem scaling in your cluster jewels to really be able to take those heavy hits. But with that said, it's still an amazing build. Probably one of my favorite that I've ever made and played. And like I said, if you're looking for a bosser, look no further. This is an incredible skill. Crackling Lance is very much alive and well. Next on our list is my Summon Raging Spirit Minion Instability build. This build is extremely tanky. Very tanky. It's Necro, full block, all that good stuff. We are using the helmet that limits our SRS to a maximum of 5, but increasing its damage by 200%. It's my personal preferred way to play SRS, not having to micromanage a ton of little skulls. We keep 5, and we just blow and go. It's a decent mapper. You can throw in some Ignite Prolif, and it honestly doesn't do that bad. I was actually pretty impressed. Now, some of this build is subject to change given the new support gems, but largely it's going to remain the same, and I'll be sure to keep you guys kind of appraised of the situation as it progresses when we get POB updates and all that. This is most likely the build that I'm going to be starting in 3.22, and honestly, it's just phenomenal. It's tanky, it does damage, it's going to do everything that you need it to do and more. Third on our list is a build that I originally wasn't going to do a League Start guide on, but I already had a video for it originally from 3.21, and it turns out I had already made a League Start POB a few months back. So I got to thinking, we might as well add it in here because this is one of my favorite builds. It is another minion build. It's Wave of Conviction Ignite. And we are back to scaling defenses with our golems. Though in this regard, in this build, the defenses are, I would say, considerably better than Crackling Lance because we're using Cloak of Flames to help, bolster our physical mitigation. And honestly, it works quite well. We're at about 10 to 12 million Ignite DPS, which is a pretty far cry from the dot cap. But with, 15 to 20 div investment, I'm pretty happy with what it's capable of with bossing and what it's capable of, especially with mapping. This build lended itself very well to me. You can do almost any mechanic under the sun. Same with all the other League Start builds, by the way. They're all highly capable of a plethora of content in this game. This Ignite Prolift playstyle is a ton of fun. It's honestly been one of my favorite builds, and I'm excited to share this one with you guys personally. I was very happy with the way this build turned out specifically, and I think you guys will enjoy it too. That's all, folks. Hope you guys liked the 3 builds that I'm putting forth for the 3.22 league. I, for one, am very excited despite the patch notes. Still a lot of good in those patch notes, and there's still a lot of new stuff to do. I'm really looking forward to it. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, and share the video if you know anyone that's going to be new to PoE or even an existing player that's looking for a fun league starter. And if you need to get a hold of me and you're using the build, hit me up on Discord, Twitter, or put in a YouTube comment, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me, and I will talk to you guys on League Launch. Take care of yourselves and be good.